Good morning. New day, new place. Yes, I've brought you to Agra, and I'm going to show you something great today. It's going to be a place where Akbar was buried. It's called Akbar's tomb, and it's about 12 kilometers from Agra city. Now, if you rely on Google, you're going to be lost. 2 kilometers ahead, it's going to show you. There's one thing you need to keep in mind. Now, what is so special about this place is it's in Sikandra, okay, and much before his death, he had decided where he dies, where his body should be buried. He decided that much before his death, and decides to come here and find a place for himself and build the place. It happened in the year 1602. The rest of the story I will tell you on the way. Let's go. So this is the place which is of very importance, because why this place is called Sikandar is because a ruler, he came in, his name was Sikandar Lodi, okay, and he set up a village here. That's why this area around here is called Sikandar, okay. So we entering Lodi Mahal here. If you understand this is where he was buried, okay, and it's gone after his name, Sikandar Lodi. But at a later date, what happened was people took out his body from here, and then they put it in Delhi in Lodi Gardens. So that is the history of this place. Let's go in. Come on. Let's step up, and let's go. It's in ruins basically. Okay, I hope the rest of the place is not in ruins. I pray, sincerely pray. But it's a beautiful surrounding if you look at it. Oh, wow. How do you find this? That's where I've parked my car and come. Let's step in. Okay. But they don't have doors. It's all open. Why in the world would they do this? But it's a beautiful place, huh? I must admit. I think this is the center place here. Right, it leads to a garden. Oh, I'm sure you would want to see the garden, don't you? Don't you want to see the garden? How does it open up? Beautiful shot, right? Beautiful shot, isn't it? Oh, on my left, look at it. It's even more beautiful. Came out of Sikandar Lodi's Mahal, and I just noticed this. So I'm just walking up to see what is in there. But I must tell you, look at the garden area. Look at the garden. Okay, so it's got two gardens. I've noticed it's got two gardens here. One here, one on the left. Okay, we're going into the building. So let me tell you, this place is called Kanch Mahal. Okay, Kanch means basically reflecting objects like mirrors and stuff like that. This was actually built by Jahangir. Okay, it took 14 years for him to build this. Such a small place, you might wonder, why did it take that long? Because I'll tell you, he had the habit. That's where he would stay on top. I'll show you from the outside. You'll get a clear view on it. This is where, where we are, the ground floor. This is where any kind of mujras, that is basically dance and all that, is to happen. It would happen here. He would sit on top and look at it. He had an issue with the drinking. He's the son of Akbar. If you're not aware of it, if you've not seen my earlier videos, he's son of Akbar, basically. So he came in here to build this, but the work would only happen when he used to sit for a drink. When he would be exhausted and he would go off to sleep, okay, and the work would stop. So that's how it took 14 years for him to complete this. Okay, so we understand now what drinking can do to people. Okay, I've come to the site. Just wanted to show you this. Okay, that's a proof. See, his drinking habit was such that, do you see all that? Everything to do with liquor. That's where he would sit on top. When normally he would come in here for hunting or whatever the case might be, he would sit. Those blue things that what you see, basically it's where when it's full moon lit. Okay, it shines, I believe. It shines like crazy. Okay, so this was his place. It is in the form of a square. For your information that I need to tell you, look at this from the side. The balconies that he could sit and watch. Sit and watch and drink. This looks beautiful from this side. I must tell you. Can you see this? That's where Lodi Mahal is. I walked up from there, so you're getting an idea how it is. Wow. Hey, I can see some animals in. Hey, do you see that? Do you see all that? Animals, that's an elephant. Oh, on top of the elephant is not animals. It's all got to do with storage of liquor. Oh, look at that. Only one elephant here on the corners. But rest of it is all to do with bottles. Storage. Oh man, this man is different. Let's go to the next. That's how we entered. Okay, that was your Lodi Mahal. Okay, this is your Kanch Mahal. The two parks that I showed you, and then we're going to enter this. Come. As I get closer and closer, he's just looking beautiful. We've come to Akbar's tomb. What am I saying? October. Okay. Now, there is a lot of history behind this, which I will tell you as I get closer. But for your information, you need to know that he had 3 wives, one of which was a Hindu and 2 were Muslims. The Hindu was Jodhabai, the other 2 was Ruqayya Begum and Salima Begum. He wanted harmony among people. So what he did was he mixed the religions and built the thing here. Now, when I get closer, I will tell you about by showing you that. But I want you to pay attention to the gate here, the small gate that you see, in the foreground. I'll zoom and show you. See the small gate. Do you see people entering? Okay, that's a smaller gate. Okay. Now, what happened was Akbar was about 5.5 feet tall, but in those era, the people were normally around 6.5 and plus feet. Okay, 7.5, 8 feet and all that. They were all real strong men. Real strong men they were. What happened was, because this guy was short, everybody was saying is why should we bow down to him and go. So when he spoke to Birbal about it, his wise minister, he said, look Akbar, why didn't you build a gate which is less than 6 feet, or the height less than 6 feet, so automatically they don't have a choice, they have to bow down and come inside. And that was the brilliance of that man. What do you say about it? I'll take you inside closer and tell you more about it. If you don't learn a little bit of Akbar, it doesn't make sense. He happens to be the greatest ruler in Mughal dynasty, and his full name is Jalaluddin Muhammad Akbar. Okay, he was a son of Humayun and grandson of Baba. Akbar ruled from 1556 to 1605, and his empire was so big that from Kabul to Assam, Kashmir to Ahmednagar was his place. This guy went on to rebuild Agra Fort, which is demolished, also established Fatehpur Sikri as his capital. Okay, now he started his work, when he's going to die, then his body had to be buried. For that, he started work in 1602 itself, but unfortunately at 1605, before completion, he dies. It was his son, Jahangir, who finished it by 1612. Now, if you look at it, there are 4 minarets they talk about. Those are the minarets for your information, 4 of them. Okay, 2 at the back. If you look at the previous clip, you'll understand it from a far distance. That is in the form of Muslim style, if you do notice. Look at those chhatris, what they call. In Rajasthan videos, I would have shown you that after the king or queen dies, okay, on the burial ground, the burial site, they will put that. Do you see that? That's the Hindu style as such. Now, to emphasize more, do you see swastik there? That's a Hindu style. Next to it, do you see the plus marks, plus? It's all got to do with the Christianity. If you see the inscriptions, it's on the marble. It signifies Muslim Arabic. Look at it. He wanted peace of harmony. Wow, man. I'll show you the small gate, what I told you about. Now, look at. Bhai, aapka height kya hai? 5'2" hai aapka height. See, the idea was that the people in that era, their height used to be 6.5, 7 feet and all that. They wouldn't want to bow down to Akbar and come in. So the idea of Birbal was that, make a gate which is less than 6 feet height, so they had to bow down and come. Look at the brilliance of Birbal. You wanted a close-up shot. Yes, I understand you. I understand. Look at it. Look at the beauty. Wow. Do you see the building in the foreground there? I don't know what it is yet. We'll go figure it out. I just stepped in and I'm going to show you how it is. Look up. Look up. This is how we entered. But I must tell you, this is beautiful, man. I believe this is just the welcoming place. Welcomes. Don't get confused. It looks the same. The entry and the exit is the same. Okay? Now look at this. You know for sure what that is. To tie the horses. One is on that side, the one is on the other side. Look at the garden area. Hmm? Beauty, man. Beauty. The other side as well, the garden. So I want to bring it to your notice. If you look at this on the right, that's a park there, the garden, you can call it. That's another here, that's two. There are two more at the back of that tomb, I believe. Okay, so 20. This is 25 acres. 25 acres, four. That's 100 acre property. Plus that occupies close to about 19 acres. So it's an 119 acre property. And just a moment ago, I did notice, a couple of deers running around here. I believe that there are peacocks as well. Now, this is the well that they would use it to pump the water out, and it would come in from there, and then all the way up here. For what purpose, we'll figure that out a little later. So come. It is to be believed that Akbar, didn't have children. So he and his wife Jodha decide to walk barefoot to Fatehpur Sikri, which is about 40 kilometers from here. Okay, to a dargah called Salim Chisti, and their prayers are blessed, and the son is born. Okay, so the Baba over there, the priest over there, names the son as Salim after the dargah. But Akbar decides that in his own religion he needs to have it, so he names his son Jahangir. So he has at least two names that we know of right now. This is the Akbar tomb that we're going to walk up to. You need to understand that you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. There's 5 on the other side. There was 1 in the center. You might ask, why such a big place for a burial site? He wanted that his hierarchy, his whole family, when they die, okay, they should be buried here. For each one of them, he had made things like this. So it is 11 on this side, 4 sides is 44, of which only 4, I believe, have been used. The rest are not used for simple reason being, example, Jahangir, he died in Lahore, so his tomb is there. Shah Jahan died and he was put in the Taj Mahal. So that way, only 4 of them were buried here, which I will show it to you. So like I said, everything is symmetrical. What you see on this side is on the 4 sides as well. What you see here is a place where the water would come in from the inlets over there. Do you see it? From everywhere it would come in. The water would come in here. Those at the time, in the year 1500s, 1600s and all that, this used to be a rose garden, I believe. It used to be a rose garden, and then what they would do is, when somebody passes away, okay, before they bury him, what would they do is take all the roses and dump it here in the water, and with the rose water they would cleanse his body, I believe, his or her body, and then only they go bury it. Oh boy, what can be said about it? Be closer, I can explain a little better. If you see the carvings and all that, it symbolizes different religion as such. If you look at it, that is how the Rajasthani style would be. That's a Hindu style as such. The rest of the minarets that you see is basically all of Arabic and Muslim style as such. I was wondering, when am I going to see this? Because this was missing from the plot. Okay, the fountain. What I missed to notice was, I was wondering, where is Christianity? Look at the cross there. Do you see the cross? He's not only used Hindu, Christianity, and Muslim, everything in here. Wow, man, brilliant. Do you see 2 tombs there? Okay, there are tombs on the other side as well, but I'm more interested in seeing Akbar's tomb first. Let's go see it, and then we'll get along. I'm just entering. This place is called Golden House. You know why? This was full of gold, I believe. Full. Everything what you see would have been of gold. But unfortunately, you don't see it here because of that person, Aurangzeb. He happens to kill a zamindar, also a Jat here. His name is Gopal. To take revenge, Raja Ram Singh comes in here, attacks. Not only does he attack, he melts everything by burning it down, takes away all the gold. If you look at it, these are all dark in color. It's because of that, because he burns it off. And I also believe that he was so angry that he dug up his grave and didn't even spare his bones. How far that is true, I don't know about it. They say, watch what you talk and where you talk. Because they say, walls have ears as well. You want me to prove it to you? Look at me. Hear me now. Hello. Hello. Do you see that? That's why they say, walls of ears, watch what you say, where you say. Enter on your right. There is a tomb there. There is a tomb here. We'll find about them a little later. Let's go to Akbar's tomb. Look at this. This is his tomb. It sits on a raised platform because he's a man. For women, it's not the same. I'll show you a little later. That is where they would light the candle or any kind of flame to bring light into this place. It echoes because I believe this is a double dome. Wow, what a place to be buried, man. And what preparations he had for himself before he died. Oh, God. Wait. Yeah. I've come here. If you come in here, exactly. And then, if I clap, you hear the echo. Want it again? This is the system, but if I step a couple of feet back, there's no echo. That is how the design was, and that in that. Look at that lady, okay? She's facing the other side. I'll show you the old telephone system. She's going to talk when I say. Hopefully, you should be able to hear it. I'm just going to put my the receiver here. Bole, madam. बात कीजिए. Can you hear it? She's speaking there. Okay, we can hear it from the wall. That is how brilliant those guys were. What you see, this tomb belongs to Shakurun Nisa, one of the daughters of Akbar. Okay, if you see the difference here, it's not on the platform like what you saw Akbar's. And these are the two children of hers who died when they were pretty young. The difference between how do you know it's a females and a male is, look at how flat surface is on top there. Look at here. It's protruding out. That's how you can make out, if it's a man's or a woman's tomb. This is another tomb of the other daughter. Her name is Zabun Nisa. She wasn't married or she didn't have children. That's why nothing here. Lucky for her. This is the other daughter, Aram Banu's, I believe. And this I'm a little confused because I know she had a son. But this tomb is a little different from the Akbar's and the other boy that we saw. Anyway, can you notice the deers there? Crazy. I couldn't find the peacocks. That's the sad part of it. That's how you will enter to Akbar's tomb. You saw the fountain there, the cleansing water, rose water there. Now look on the other side. The four sides is the same, exactly the same. That's your fountain. That's the place where the body would be cleansed and taken in for to be buried. But unfortunately, those are the only four tombs which are used. The rest of it was not used at all. I missed to mention this. This is the gate. Look at it. They had to board down and come inside. Exactly the same what you see on the front is on all the four sides. I was wondering so long, why was that echoing and not there? Okay, only to understand that this place, if you remove these stones 7 feet down, it's hollow. Means to say that if anybody had to die, it was easy for them to bury it. This is exactly in the center of a tomb kind of a stuff. You go back here, you move, find the center space, it's here, and you clap here, or this is where the echo would come. There are 40 of this kind here in this building. Whoa, genius, man. These guys were genius. Hey, how was your Akbar's tomb? I hope you were as impressed as I was. Okay, so I was here for about 5 hours going around exploring things and all that, but I might be delivering this content for you in about less than 20 minutes is what I think about it. So what I would want to tell you is there will be so much to learn and all that, but I'm trying to squeeze as much as I can and put it for you guys. Okay, so till new day, new place, stay safe, stay healthy, stay alive. Bye from me now.